Hi, my name is Wong Hao Yan, and this is the video presentation of AUP 397 Management Research, and the title of the studies is Study of Moderator Effects of Nutri-Grade Labels Towards Relationship Between Consumer Attitudes and Healthier Beverage Purchase Intention Among Malaysian Consumers. Nowadays, health issue is a rising problem in Malaysia. Based on the news, we can know that Malaysians have a healthy perception but face an unhealthy reality. Estimated there are 1 in 5 Malaysian elders are living with a diabetes, 1 in 3 elders are living in hypertension, and nearly half of the elders have overweight. Not only health issue will only have bad impact on human, but it also brings impact to the economy. For example, RM 9.65 billion annual loss due to non-communicable disease in Malaysia. This has shown that health issue is continue rising and bring negative impacts not only to the people, while also for economy. So, what is the reason that cause health issue in Malaysia? Based on the study that was done by researchers, unhealthy lifestyle is one of the main cause of non-communicable disease in Malaysia. So, in order to solve the problems, promoting healthy lifestyle become a crucial way for government and policymakers. So here come with a front of package nutrition labels, which is a nutrition label that shows on the front of the packaging of a product to make consumer easier to alert and read the information about it. Later on, I will explain in more details on what front of package nutrition label can promote healthier lifestyle. This study intends to conduct a quantitative study to study the moderator effect of one of the front of package nutrition label, which is Nutri-Grade, on the relationship between consumer attitudes and purchase intentions. So, the objective of the research are to determine the moderator effect of Nutri-Grade labels on beverage towards the relationship between consumer product attitudes and purchase intention, and also taste perception with the purchase intention. The study will bring some significant contribution towards the policymakers, Malaysian consumer and research industry. This study hopes can guide the Malaysian government and also the Minister of Health on implementing Nutri-Grade label policy for beverage to promote healthier lifestyle. Besides that, the study also hope can determine the effectiveness of Nutri-Grade labels influence the healthy purchase intention among Malaysian consumers. Furthermore, the study also hopes can contribute in Malaysia's research industry, since there is no prior research on front of package labeling among Malaysian consumers. The theory that apply in this study are theory-planned behavior, which are developed by Azan in 1991. The theory stated that behavioral belief, normative belief, and control belief are able to predict human behavior. This theory is widely used to study factors affecting intention and behavior in health contexts. In this study, I will only investigate the relationship between the attitudes towards a behavior or objects and behavioral intentions. Before talking about front of package nutrition label, I will talking about the nutrition label first. So, nutrition label is a description used to inform customer about the nutritional properties of food, while for the front of package label is putting nutrition label in front of the packaging. There are 2 types of front of package nutrition labels, which are objective nutrition labels and evaluative nutrition labels. Objective labels, it refers to a short, unbiased, and objective nutrition labels taken from the mandatory nutrition facts panel, while evaluation nutrition labels is referred to providing customer with an explanation of the overall healthiness of a product or certain product attributes, and nutrition labels taken from the mandatory nutrition facts panel. And Nutri-Grade labels, which we apply in this study, are one of the evaluative nutrition labels. So, based on the previous study, we can know that nutritional profiling system, front labeling, may be effective for healthy purchase choice, and especially evaluative nutrition information able bring most effective towards purchase intention among consumers. This is the reason why I use the Nutri-Grade label in this research. Nutri-Grade Label is developed by the Singapore Ministry of Health and has been implemented on the beverage products in Singapore from 30 December 2023. And it is one of the type of color-coded front-of-pack labels specifically designed to evaluate the nutritional contents of the beverage. Based on the previous studies, the studies show that Nutri-Grade labels able to encourage consumers to choose higher rate beverage, thereby reducing sugar consumption in beverage. In this study, Nutri-Grade label will use as a moderator variables to test the relationship between consumer attitudes and purchase intentions. Product attitudes refers to the attitude towards beverage in this study. According to the previous studies, consumer attitude can mediate the relationship between the consumer perceptions and purchase intention. And the consumer attitude itself can also affect purchase intention. In this study, products attitudes is under consumer attitudes and it is one of the independent variables to predict purchase intentions. Taste perception refers to the expected and experienced taste of food, beverage, which is based on the inference of sensory taste and characteristics such as healthiness and sustainability. Studies by other researchers have shown that taste perceptions has a positive impact on consumers' purchase intention. In this study, taste perception was one of the independent variables under consumer attitudes. Purchase intention refers to the likelihood of purchasing a product or service. Based on the previous research, front-of-packaging labeling helps consumers identify healthier products and produce halo effects. And this might increase the purchase intention for healthier products. These are the hypotheses developed based on the previous research or the literature review, which H1, there is a positive relationship between product attitudes and purchase intention. H2, there is a positive relationship between the taste perception and purchase intention. H3, which is the Nutri-Grade labels, has moderate effects towards the relationship between product attitudes and purchase intention. And H4, which is the Nutri-Grade, has moderate effect towards the relationship between the taste perception and purchase intention. And this is the overall framework of the studies. This study used a quantitative descriptive approach to quantify relationship between the variables. The data was collected through the online survey questionnaires and the survey items were adapted from the past reference of the research. The survey will be divided into 6 sections, including the demographics, independent variables, moderator, and dependent variables. It includes pictures of the beverage, which is Milo chocolate, with and without Nutri-Grade label in relevant sections. The method of collecting the data is through a convenient sampling. The target respondent for these studies are Malaysian consumers who have purchased beverage online or in store. 3 variables will be tested in this study, namely the independent variables, which is the product attitude and the taste perceptions, moderator variables, which is Nutri-Grade labels, and dependent variables, which is the purchase intention. The collected data will be analyzed using the IBM SPSS and Smart PLS. Markup variable, which I used in this study, is the cognitive rigidity, were also added to address common method variants. So this is the analysis part, and based on the analysis, the respondents mostly are female and an age between 17 to 26 years old. The education status of the respondent mostly are bachelor degree and they are still students. Due to most of the respondents are students, so the income per month mostly are lower than 2,500 ringgit. According to the pie chart, most of the respondents frequently purchase beverage from outside, which suggests that labels on the front of beverage package may help promote healthier purchase decisions, as most of the respondents purchase beverage from outside rather than making their own. Furthermore, surprisingly, most of the respondents have seen the front of package labels on any products or beverage that they buy. The image shows next to it is the beverage that this study will refer to, which is included in the survey, which is a chocolate malt drinks called Milo. Most of the respondents are familiar and have drunk these drinks. From the result of the regression analysis, it can seem that all of the hypotheses are accepted. Nutri-Grade Label can moderate the relationship between the consumer attitudes and purchase intention. Before adding Nutri-Grade labels, the relationship between the taste perceptions and purchase intentions, as well as between product attitudes and purchase intention, was significantly positive correlated. After adding the Nutri-Grade label, the relationship between the product attitudes and purchase intention become negatively correlated, and the relationship between the taste perception and purchase intention also weakened. This has shown that the Nutri-Grade label able to change the purchase decision with the beverage among Malaysians and lead them to choose more healthier beverage. This is the part of the limitation of the studies. There are some limitations of this study, which is firstly the accuracy of the findings. This may due to the inability to collect enough respondents to meet G-Power's target number of respondents, and this might result in insignificant results. In addition to this, since most of the respondents were aged between 17 and 26 years old, this may lead to a lack of generalizability of the findings among Malaysian consumers. In addition, the sample beverage selected were beverages that is most respondents that are familiar with and tried before. So they may lack of the diversity in beverage brands, which may affect the result. Since if the brand is not familiar, respondents may respond in a different way compared to these results. Lastly, due to the ongoing conflict between the Israel and also Gaza in 2024, many Malaysians have boycotted brands that support Israel, such as Nestle, Milo. Therefore, using boycott brand as a reference is a sensitive topic nowadays. So, in conclusion, based on the analysis result, we can prove that Nutri-Grade label is an effective in terms to promote healthier purchase decisions for beverage in Malaysia, since there are moderator effects of Nutri-Grade labels on the relationship between the consumer attitudes and the purchase intentions. For the recommendation in the future research, I will recommend that collect generalizable and sufficient data, use different type of beverage, conduct study in an experimental setting, since most of the Nutri-Grade or the front of package labeling research is mostly experiment type, since it is more fit to the reality, and consider environment and cultural factors. And also lastly, expand the theoretical framework that I proposed and utilize advanced analysis techniques. And this is the all presentation of my studies. Thank you for listening.